Our mission going to Fresno, CA was to ask our family for serious help so that we can get out of this mess these Hmong and MN along with city officials and state officials put us through. Enough. Yet we didn't realize the biggest threats to us while we are here now in CA. We can't even see our family and get serious help. They all are too frightened about these people coming after them too. We know that these Hmong people involved all knew we came to California. Instead of fighting with God, these people must stop creating problems and need to agree to a peaceful resolution with Kaohsiung and Chialor and most importantly God. 1. If you don't stop and continue to be after us ruining our lives and still attempt to take away our lives, you continue to interfere with God's plan to save us from your cruelty and tortures, God will not forget you all for what you did to us. Especially when you people after us including the St. Paul Police Department and local police in state of Illinois. 2. Did you all hired stalkers to put something in our car gas tank for our cars to die the same ways 2x while in state of Illinois? After our first car die. On November 19, 2020, you wanted us dead so bad because you illegally tracked us and knew we were on our way to buy a car, finally out of the street. You were not happy and used the opportunity to have us killed. You have 2 white guys plus 4 black security guards more like undercovers worked together to have us killed. We were so frightened because it was so late already 2 a.m. We had to hide under the bridge. We were so scared these guys would come after us under the bridge too. You know what you did and where. No need to tell you this. You watched 2 of our cars died. You watched us suffered to the bone, after we got 2 fake citations. 2. Did you all hired stalkers to put something in our car gas tank for our cars to die the same ways 2x while in state of Illinois? After our first car die. On November 19, 2020, you wanted us dead so bad because you illegally tracked us and knew we were on our way to buy a car, finally out of the street. You were not happy and used the opportunity to have us killed. You have 2 white guys plus 4 black security guards more like undercovers worked together to have us killed. We were so frightened because it was so late already 2 a.m. We had to hide under the bridge. We were so scared these guys would come after us under the bridge too. You know what you did and where. No need to tell you this. You watched 2 of our cars died. You watched us suffered to the bone, after we got 2 fake citations from Chicago police. 3. Afterwards when we found out, the citations were not real, they weren't able to trace the citations #S. We thought it was real thinking we had to pay like $500 for both citations because the police refused to tell us the amount. We think these citations were acted more like criminal charges. When we asked how much for the citations, the police officer just told us something like, I don't know. It will be your words against the CTA. Sometime, you don't have to pay anything. Obviously, it was not our fault to begin with how we ended up with the citations. They should have give us a courtesy warning instead. 4. We had no money, and you knew this. We were officially homeless and carless with no job because of you. We stressed out and was lost. We were not able to sleep at all. As a result, we lost our phone in the bus. You stole our phone. We know this. Otherwise, you would never send a coworker from a previous 2-day job to be in the same bus we were in, that evening after we lost our phone. We had a video from our workplace in our phone. Give it back. You had no right to steal our phone. 5. After we lost our phone, we had no phone to use because we had no money. You knew this. We were in the most dangerous situation. You threatened our family members not to pick up our calls so that we will not be able to get help and just stay in the street, and you all were hoping we will die from the cold. You thought this was the perfect opportunity to get rid of us. You watched us riding the free buses. You watched us walking everyday miles in the severe cold weather. You watched us sleep in the severe cold weather in the month of December in the state of Illinois, freaking cold frozen ice. 6. You have 4 local police officers stalked and harassed us very early in the morning as we were thieves at Walmart. You wished and prayed we never wake up again. Without a penny, we asked for food and you watched us. 7. God showered us with love, not rain or snow when it was supposed to rain hard and snow hard. We did not die despite of the freezing cold ice weather. Little did you know, God was in control. Not you. 8. But you did not stop your cruelty and torturing game. You enjoyed stalking us and getting into our employers to either have us killed or stop working at the place, so we won't have any money. You enjoy paying the employers not to pay us at all. You got so pissed off, you can't killed us, so you have the coworker reserved a hotel room in Wisconsin so late at night. You thought this was the perfect opportunity to get rid of us without trace that you committed the crime. Did you plan to have the coworker open the door that night for you to have us killed? We didn't even fall asleep at all. You knew this, right? Since you had the coworker stayed up to about 3 a.m. without sleep. He said he was tired, that was the reason he wanted to take a rest and have us stop driving, instead get a hotel. When we told him, we can keep going. No need to rest. Come to find out, he lied. He was working with you all on a mission to have us killed. But your plan failed because we didn't sleep at all, so you couldn't have the police come knock the door because you were afraid. We will control the door if we were still awake, just like what happened on January 19, 2017 at 3 a.m. in Minnesota, where the 2 police officers you sent pointed a gun at our hotel door, waiting for us to open the door and do something stupid. You remembered this. This incident happened early morning before I, Cao Xiong, was about to go testify on case United States vs Seng Xiong. Then something unexpected happened in the hotel room that morning that we dare not to say anything about this incident when we were in Chicago or state of Illinois. Fuck you all. The coworker had to sexually assaulted us in the morning to intimidated us and shut our mouths in case we know what he was up to. He was probably afraid he will get deported back to his country, so he sexually assaulted us to silence us. In the morning, coming down to the front of the hotel, we heard a lady by the front desk in the hotel said something like, "I heard there was police cars outside last night, you were all so disgusting and you all enjoy watching us being sexually assaulted that morning. God will never forgive you for this." At the end, you probably knew what the coworker did at the hotel in Wisconsin, so you tried so hard for the employer to convince us to go work again, hoping to have another chance of finally have us killed this time in Indiana, and also to silence us about the incident at the hotel. It was only a gig job and we did not want to work there anymore after the incident that morning at the hotel in Wisconsin. It was painful and most disgusting of what happened at the hotel, but we needed to do what we were told to do in order to survive that morning. At the hotel in Wisconsin, you had the coworker scared us by having him said to us that he will call the police if we move, open the door or cry for help. The coworker, "Don't move. I call police." We knew at that point what he was up to. That was why he was not afraid to say that. We were thinking that if you police already with him, we're dead. This meant he was covered by the police. If we don't do what we're told to do, we don't know what will happen because obviously these local police are hired by you all in Minnesota. We know this. You always tracking our locations. We must be afraid. 9. When we were in the truck driving back to Illinois, the coworker was so pissed and looked stressed out about what happened at the hotel in Wisconsin. He no longer listens to his music but rather kept his mind thinking. Not sure what he was thinking. Think he regretted something that night. He probably regretted not signaling the police to come up and knocked on the door. Or was he worried that we would tell someone about what he did to us that night and morning incident at the hotel in Wisconsin? 10. As soon as we got to the parking at the warehouse in Illinois, the coworker quickly yelled, "Give me the key," and just walked out into the office. Then he came back out and told us to come back tomorrow for the work money because the boss was still talking to someone in the office. While we were in the truck that night, the coworker said when we get to the warehouse, the employer will pay. This was not the case when we got back to the warehouse. He even asked for our phone number. Even though we didn't feel comfortable giving out our phone to him. We did anyway because we were scared they wouldn't pay us. He immediately called our phone just to make sure we weren't lying about our phone number. Did you instructed him to do this? 11. To get $500 pay that Monday morning, we had to lie to the employer that we will come back to work in 1 hour. They were desperate. It took about 2 hours for the employer to finally pay $500 for the work. We felt so intimidated while we were in the office knowing that they were up to something. Then you had the FBI followed us to our storage to see if we were really coming back to work. You then knew we weren't coming, so you had the 3 guys at the workplace to contact us. You all were so desperate to have us killed before January 1, 2021. The 3 guys at the workplace all desperate to get paid millions from you all. 12. Not only you wanted us dead. You also wanted our computer that was at the pawn shop since November 2020. You knew this and hoping you can get to us. You wanted to steal our computer just like you stole our phone. You didn't want anyone to help us with money to get our computer back. We knew what you were about to do if you had successfully had us murdered anytime. You will have someone in replacement of the real Cao Xiong, we know this. Then, you will fight the government like cats and dogs and have the government pay your asses hundreds of millions. 13. You had one of my friends working for you to get to us. He made false promises to rescue us. He wanted all our evidence just in case if you successfully killed us. On December 23, 2020, God stopped you all. He was not able to come this time. God knew your plan. If he had come, we would have gone with him again to Minnesota. This time for sure, we would have been killed at his property. Now, we know this. The first time when they came, they wanted us to leave with them right away. In order to prove to us that they care about us, they lay out a rescue plan for us. Because we had no one to help us, we trusted them. We didn't really feel comfortable leaving with him and his wife to Minnesota. 14. We thought they came to Illinois to help us get our computer and maybe some money. This was not the case. We didn't know what they were up to. They made us feel sorry for them. They had to show us a video of their handicapped mother because they wanted us to leave with them right away and can't stay even an hour to talk with us. We put our trust in them. They rushed us back to Illinois just after a day at their property in Minnesota. This was not the rescue plan they told us. They kept saying that they were scared people will come after them. Little did we know, they were part of you. You thought you can have us killed at their property in Minnesota this time? Yes. But God didn't let you. Not sure how they knew we had a white conversion van and that the engine was no good? They told us this when we were at their house in Minnesota. Did you tell them to say this because you sure tracked our locations and illegally take photos of us? We know this City Council Dithao. 15. When I called your office in March 2020 and May 2020, there was no pickup due to COVID-19. However, we encountered with stalkers after 10 minutes calling your office 2x. You were part of the problem, so you didn't want to deal with this matter. You just wanted us dead. You remember July 2, 2020? That night, you knew what happened. You knew we were coming to St. Paul, Minnesota. You were scared to face us, so you had to send your men to have us killed. You can't win, God. You should be removed from office and be prosecuted for your crime too. This crime you committed was way more serious than your crime of $10,000 bribery. Yet, with your connection, the FBI didn't investigate you. You claimed that the FBI came and searched your whole house and screwed your family up. Was this real? How come the FBI not after you for this serious crime now? 16. You already did this in 2019 fake civil lawsuit Kaohsiung vs. City of St. Paul. We called to Ramsey County to obtain the complaint of the case, but there was no complaint on file at all. City Council member Dithao, we don't think it was a coincidence your civil case closed on the same day as this fake civil lawsuit, that it was probably you created Kaohsiung vs. City of St. Paul. How did you win your civil case in just 2 weeks? On the day we talked to our mother on April 10, 2020, checked out your case after you put news about it. All of suddenly there were so many updates on that same day. City Council member Dithao, the computer tech guy, is a stalker, harasser, illegally listened to our phone conversation, etc. No more guessing game now. We know by now. You are capable of doing this because you got millions of tax dollars to hire your men to help you pull mega protests just like you did for George Floyd, hire the top attorney, and so good at making up lies. That was why you all not arrested for your crime committed against us. You can fight the government easily. Matter of fact, you didn't have to fight them. You just played the game to vote yes every time. You had no right to any free money. You are criminals. On the other hand, God was desperate to save us. We were desperate for help. Once again, we made it into 2021. Yet, you continue your cruelty and torturing game coming after us in 2021. You wanted us dead, we know this. Fuck you all to hell. Let your freaking wives out there and have someone sexually assault your wives and you watch and cry your heart and eyes out. No one can help you. You can't say a word or do anything because the police was on the perpetrator's side. You all need to do this maybe for God to forgive your asses on this part, that you pay the coworker to joint force with you on your mission to have us killed at the hotel in Wisconsin. As a result, my wife Chia-Lor and me Kaohsiung was sexually assault. We have solid proof. She too, will never forgive you on this. This was so wrong. You think that your idea, just like Kaohsiung's creating hundreds of fake criminal charges under the name of Kaohsiung and Kaohsiung or similar name spellings / similar pronunciation you created in that state of, 1st, Minnesota, 2nd, Wisconsin, 3rd, North Carolina since 2016 with over 200 fake criminal charges to help you get the local police and your men to help you murder us. You think we don't know what you were up to? You created fake criminal charges on the day you planned to have us murder, every time. This is a world crime you committed against innocent people like us. God will never forgive you on this. We know who's behind this. 1. Obviously is Kaohsiung, because he had this idea back in 2007 with the 2 fake names Yang Houasiong and Nugaisiong, which linked to your serious crime on July 1, 2018 targeting Jackie Vu and myself, Kaohsiung. 2. Hmong College Prep Academy. We will prove to you why it was Hmong College Prep Academy, when time permit us to do so. 3. City Council Dithao for sure. Per our research, you had been a manager to former candidates Pa Cao Hang and B Kevin Seong against longtime City Council Dan Bostrom. You claimed you wanted to help Kaohsiung. Did Kaohsiung donated a lot of money to you while you were running for City Council for Ward 1? Replacing Melvin Carter. Then Melvin Carter took the mayor's seat just on time the murder plot to take place. You all had your game well put together. You all were waiting for an opportunity. In 2016, you all thought it was the perfect opportunity. Don't freaking play your game with us. We had enough. Our lives matter to God. You all got this in your gold digger brains. You must do the right thing and clean up this mess the right way now. Otherwise, don't feel sorry that we had not told you this. God will kick your asses to the curb if you don't freaking clean up this mess. You will have no home to live like what you did to us. You will have no car to drive like what you did to us. You will be starved, and no one will want to feed your asses. You will be hunted down like what you did to us. You need to feel the pain and sufferings. All the sacrifices we had gone through days and nights since 2018, that way you know what you did to us was beyond evil. You even created fake criminal charges under the name of Chia-Lor. You think you were slick? You think we won't ever find out what you did? Thanks to your 2 police officers who you sent to harass us in Wausau, Wisconsin. They slip out the clues. Got us researching and found what they were talking about. They falsely accused us of running away from a serious crime in North Carolina. To cover your asses that you didn't send the 2 police officers to harass us. The next day, you created a fake YouTube under someone we know from North Carolina and subscribed to our channel Justice for Khao Siong, making it look like it was that person in NC sent the 2 police officers. But it was you, we know this. Prove what kind of serious crime we committed? It was you who committed all the serious crimes. Shot Jackie Vu dead on July 1, 2018 and even showed the world your crime. You were proud. So, what the heck you talking about? You must pay for what you did to ruin our lives. We know you're a pro at committing crime after crime and get away, so stop thinking no one knows this. What we say here are just only half of the crimes you done to us while we were in state of Wisconsin and Illinois. You had committed more crimes against us. Against God. We want our rights, all our rights here now. We need help with funds so we can hire real people who care about us to help us investigate these criminals and put them where they belong so they can't hurt any innocent people like ourselves anymore. We want our life back. Our life matters to God. Father, thank you for saving us every time. We are the children of God. We love the world. Because of this, God saved us. May God continue to bless and protect us, our families, and friends. Fear of police. Will never called police help. Need money, full house security. You/your/your equals.